June 8th, 2018. Kevin Hayes breaks the 7x7 world record in a time of 157.76. This is the last time anyone not named Max Park has broken a 7x7 world record. Dominant. Dominant is the only word to describe Max Park's run over the last 7 years. He has set 12 world records, and he has lost 0 rounds. Max Park has taken 7x7 from an event where sub-2 was an elite time to a place where sub-140s are commonplace. It seems almost inevitable, but there is still a reason we have the competition. Across the Atlantic, a trio of top 7x7 solvers have emerged. Seung-Hook Nam, the veteran, is no stranger to a Worlds final. Lim Hung, third in 2023, has only improved since then. And Emmanuel Cao, newly minted world rank number 2, can he prove that his massive personal record wasn't a fluke? It's Max versus the world. His hunt for the three-peat begins now.
Welcome everyone back to the Rubiks WCA World Championships. We saw an insane 2x2 final happen right there. Lots of hearts broken, lots of dreams were made. We're now going to transition from the shortest event to one of the longest events, 7x7, smallest NYN, largest NYN. Manu Singhal, Keaton Ellis. Keaton, what do we expect to see here in the 7x7 final?
We're seeing sparks fly. Normally, I would say it would be Timon versus Max, as we've seen in the past. Now we've got a couple of additional players entering the scene. Seung-Hook Nam taking first place in the second round. 148 mean, very consistent set of solves. Also take a look for Lim Hung and Emmanuel Cao here. Emmanuel with a 141 mean, peaking at the right time, getting Asian record just a couple of weeks ago. We've got the extra American, Henry Lichtner.
And we're going to go immediately to the walkouts of all of our finalists, all 20 of them. Alyssa Asperaz, take it away.
All right, are we ready for our final of the night? We're going into 7x7. These are your 7x7 finalists. In our 20th seed, representing Chinese Taipei, Qi and Jun Yang. In our 19th seed, the current African champion, setting a new African record in the semifinals, representing South Africa, Daniel Rush. In our 18th seed, representing the United States, Benjamin Wei. In our 17th seed, representing Indonesia, Firstian Fushada. In our 16th seed, representing the United States, Kate Graham. In our 15th seed, representing Australia, Hayden Ng. In our 14th seed, the 2013 world champion, 2015 world champion, a 6-time world record holder, representing the United States, Kevin Hayes. In our 13th seed, representing the United States, Luke Garrett. In our 12th seed, representing Switzerland, Richard Delacoste. In our 11th seed, representing the United States, Jack Pfeiffer. In our 10th seed, representing Chinese Taipei, Kai-Wen Wang. In our 9th seed, representing Korea, Dong-Soo Park. In our 8th seed, the current European champion, representing Ireland, Kieran Bean. In our 7th seed, representing Russia, Timofey Tarasenko. In our 6th seed, representing the United States, Henry Lichtner. In our 5th seed, the current North American champion, the 2019 world champion, the defending world champion, a 15-time world record holder, including the current mean and single, representing the United States, Max Park. In our 4th seed, the current Asian record holder, representing Singapore, Emmanuel Cao. In our 3rd seed, the current Asian champion, placing 3rd at the last World Championship, representing Malaysia, Lim Hung. In our 2nd seed, placing 2nd at the last World Championship, setting a new European record yesterday in the first round of this event, representing Poland, Timon Koleszyński. And our 1st seed, an 11-time 7x7 Asian record holder, representing the Republic of Korea, Sun Hyuk Nam. Runners, you may bring the cubes. Competitors, you may start when you're ready. Good luck to all our finalists.
Some great work by our cameraman to capture all of our finalists. Great representation from across the board. Timon versus Max, that has been the story of 7x7 for a very long time. Of course, Max Park, one of the most dominant solvers that the 7x7 event has ever seen, here in the 5th seed going into finals.
Yeah, and that graphic showing Timon 0-6 against Max. 1-6 now. He's gotten one round on him at this point here in this World Championship. Another name to take a look at on top of these two, Sun Hyuk Nam, clearly very pleased to be coming out in first for his walkout.
Yeah, the big cube specialist, 148 mean, as Keaton mentioned earlier, just right on top there. He's going to be sitting pretty at the #1 spot. Emmanuel Cao, also great entry from him, 152.70 in the previous round, starting in at the 4th place position. A bunch of incredible solvers here. Let's see what they all can bring to the table.
And 7x7, you may not think about it, Timon calls it the luckiest event. The event where your solution is going to diverge from other solutions so much, and if you get the better cases, you get the shorter number of moves to solve centers, you have more pieces on edges that are all solved. Getting all of that together means that this event is going to have the most unique solutions. Luck, you hope, is on your side.
Indeed. A couple of other ways that the competitors are going to diverge. Some competitors are going to be doing reduction. That is what currently holds the world record. Of course, Max Park, like I mentioned, one of the greatest this event has ever seen. You build all the centers, build all the edges, and then complete the solve exactly like a 3x3. Only a couple parodies to worry about. They're all in edge pairing. It shouldn't be too big of a problem for any of these guys. They're all extremely good. And Yao is now taking a little bit more of a center stage. Of course, Timon, I believe, is going to be using Yao. Yes, you can see it right here. He actually built all of the white edges first and now is going to head to build the centers. And then after that, it is exactly the same as reduction. Timothy in your top right, Lim Hung of Malaysia in the bottom right. So many solvers. This could go so many ways. Another way where luck plays a huge factor. This is a mean of 3 event. Every solve counts. There is no not counting solve. It's going to be critical for each of these competitors to put their best foot forward. No mishaps whatsoever.
Yeah, Timon looking pretty good on this solve so far. Getting done with centers at about 108, so he's got those 4 cross edges down already. A big difference between reduction and Yao. There are 2 main ones. Number 1, for Yao, you don't have to flip.
As Timon puts in a 142, that is an excellent start to this final. Amazing work from Timon. Max Park, of course, is the only one who can really give that a run for his money. Lim Hung did get a 139 earlier. I believe earlier this month, Timofey just missing the sub-2 mark, 2 flat. He should be pretty happy with that one. But I think it's going to be a solidly sub-2 is required to make this podium.
This is a good-looking solve here that we see on screen. Just finishing edge
he's on
parry
2x3
at
stage.
about 140.
And just going to wrap up his 3x3 stage is Lim Hung, 150. It looked like he was on significantly better pace, unfortunately. Not able to fully get it together. The times are starting to come in. Other sub-2s coming from Benjamin Wei of the United States and Kevin Hayes, who you heard and have seen in this commentary booth, 158 for both of them.
Still to come, we haven't seen Max Park's first solve. It's ready in front of him. We're also going to see Sunghyuk Nam in just a second. These guys are the toughest competition to team out here.
Oh, yeah, totally. Nam, like as I mentioned, the big cube specialist, he's really, really looking to put himself on the podium. And honestly, he's probably backing himself to win if Max gets a bad solve here or there. Max was not ready, so this is going to end up being an extra, I believe. It looks like it was off stream. Nam now, he's fully started. Kate in your top right.
So still chasing his very first World Championship gold medal. He's been on the podium a total of 7 times and has not won gold yet. Sunghyuk, another one of the Yao users. Going back to what I was saying a little bit earlier, there's an advantage for Yao, there's a disadvantage for Yao here. When you're doing Yao, once you get done with the first 4 cross edges and centers, you never needs to flip your cube with a Z2 in order to look at the bottom. All the information, all the work that you've got is just on top. The downside relative to reduction, though, is that with those 3 cross edges on the left-hand side of the cube, it becomes a little bit more awkward to do the centers. This is most awkward on 7x7 because it's the biggest cube. Now, there is no consensus right now about what is best. Max is using reduction. Sunghyuk and Timon are using Yao. But still, there is a very tight race between all of these guys.
Maybe
this is not looking good as a solve.
No,
finishing and flipping up at 124. Timon on his 142 did that in 108.
Yeah, no, Nam is really, really working from behind here. He's going to really need to fly through edge pairing. As Keaton mentioned, edge pairing becomes significantly easier, but with so many pieces that you have to try and find and put together, Nam has done an incredible effort so far, but it's just not going to be enough. We're already at the 147 mark. It's tough to even see if this is going to be sub-2, the start that Seunghook Nam.
He's got the worst edge parity case, too, if I'm seeing it correctly.
Yeah, a horrendous start for Nam. He might just be out of the running entirely, considering Lim has 150. Kiaran, 157 has come in. And
he knows it. He's smiling with the smile of, it's done. In 7x7, you don't drop a solve from your average.
No.
You have 3 solves. You take the mean of those 3.
That's so incredibly tough.
Yeah, he knows it instantly.
Timon now, he needs to try and capitalize, although he's gotten a little bit of breathing room now that Nam has put up 208.
Still waiting on Max's first solve here. Max getting an extra attempt, which means they're going to solve the 7x7 and scramble it up again.
Yeah, and that's you have to think about what that's going to do to his nerves. He will almost certainly be the last one to finish now.
Absolutely.
He's the front runner. Timon's entire mean, will be decided, and then Max will just be there. We'll all be waiting. What will already shaping up to be an extremely interesting 7x7 final, as Timon is now working on his 3rd center, lacking the fluidity that I feel like we saw in the first attempt of his. Meanwhile, Timofey in the picture-in-picture. Last 2 centers for
It's going to be a little bit slower for him. Looking like it's going to come in at 112 instead of 108. This is still very good.
Yeah, so a couple seconds behind the pace. Here's Kevin Hayes in the bottom right. Should be wrapping up pretty soon. 3x3 stage comfortably from what I could tell.
These edges by Timon, really slow.
Yeah, Timon is just lacking the fluidity that I feel like we've known him for otherwise is usually able to go through edges without much issue. Now onto 3x3 stage now. He's still didn't have edges
second
solved
parity
though.
out here.
Yeah, this is... Timon is going to drop a solve here too. Not quite as bad as Nam's. 152 still looks like he's doing pretty okay.
Of course, it's 10 seconds slower than his previous time, but it's still only 2 seconds slower than the next best solve. So
Yeah.
he's still putting himself in a good place here. Kieran Behan, we're seeing right now, currently slotted in the third. There's a really close race right now between Kieran, Dongsu, Firstgen, Emmanuel Cao, Ben Wei, going down the list. These guys are separated by less than a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. Timofey also is finishing up his solve. Well, maybe not quite finishing up. He's through 1 minute 40 seconds. And now looks like, yeah, from his turning, it feels like he's on 3x3 stage. 146 for Timofey. That is going to be huge. Big comeback from the 2-minute solve that I would have suspected he would have been pleased with. The Russian national record as well. 153 is the mean through his first 2 attempts. He might be looking at a 3rd medal here, Keaton, out of 4 events.
Extremely impressive, able to perform consistently throughout this evening. You know, these events have been scheduled so that we avoid as many conflicts as possible. If you're as good as Timofey, if you're as good as Luke Garrett, these guys, well, I mean, what can we do?
They broke the system.
Kieran right now on screen, one of the original Yao users. He's been doing it almost forever. Always does green. So never dual color neutral, always a green solver.
And another big talking point as Kieran is continuing, so we still do not have the first time in from Max Park. Having to solve the entire cube, scramble the entire cube, make sure that the scramble is reasonable. It's taking quite some time. And I sort of alluded to it. Timon might finish his entire mean before Max gets a single solve in. It would be unprecedented conditions to compete in.
Extremely tough. The whole stage is done, and you would be the only one left. Max, of course, no stranger to pressure, and has clearly performed under pressure in the past. Kieran, 151. He shakes his head, but
That's actually pretty decent.
yeah, he's
still in the race.
He's only a second behind Timofey.
Yeah, in order to beat the mean that Timofey has put up right now, that 153 mean, he would need a 151. Certainly doable for a man of Kieran's standard. The
Absolutely.
pride of Ireland, the European champion. This is the event in which he's best at, and he's here to show it. Lim Hung is also still waiting for his second attempt, and meanwhile, Timon's cube is here. He will do an entire mean before... No, maybe not. Max also has his puzzle now. That's off stream. I'm sure the production will bring it onto the streams shortly. Timon to start things off. Wrap up this mean, put a bow on it. Currently pacing at 147. If he gets 147, he will end up with a 147 mean.
Timon starting here.
Yeah, he's
Just-
gone into that bottom right now.
Just a couple of seconds later than Max in the solve.
Yeah, it's going to be a photo finish between these two. Sunghyuk Nam, he is a minute and a half through his... He looks like he's almost done with edge pairing, though, so should be a markedly better solve than last. Yeah, 3x3 stage now. He's going to be looking at like 140, 147-ish?
He's doing ZB here. Some D moves.
Okay, yeah.
Nice recovery with the 147. He's still in
Actually
the
got
running.
Timofey pace, actually. Maybe, actually, no, a decent bit behind. I forgot it, 208.
He's a bit behind, but another time like that would be pretty good.
Right.
That would be podium potential for sure.
Well, his compatriot has put up an even better one, 145, so that's going to snipe the 3rd place in the projected rankings, 157, 145. That's 151 in the current mean. Max Park and Timon Kolosinski still going. Timon is working on last 2 centers now. Yeah, just about to wrap this up here. He should be flipping any time. 111, it looked to me.
That's a time, if he stays on track, is going to be enough, barring some crazy solve, to take it all home.
I think Lim will have something to say about that, but a little bit of an exec error, lock up into an awkward F move. Timon, of course, has already taken home probably the one he wanted the most besides 3x3 world champion, 5x5 champion with a world record. Max with 143 in the picture-in-picture, and it all starts here.
Throw all that analysis out the window. Max Park taking his place back at the top of the ladder. Timon.
Oh, he's staring down the camera.
Timon rooting on that one.
With that, he should end up with like a, maybe he's going to get sub 150 mean.
Trying to read from the crowd's reaction whether or not he's claimed it all.
Oh, he's going to have to wait. I'm sorry, Timon. Max has 2 more solves to go. Meanwhile, all Nam can do is kind of just wait and see. Third solve from Kevin Hayes in 155. He's going to end up with 2 flat. Benjamin Wei has also completed 202 for him. Kaiman Wang of Chinese Taipei, 205.
So the race for third place still very open. Lots of solvers within 5 seconds of each other. Those are the margins that we're working with here on 7x7. A little bit different from 2x2, that last event that we were at.
Right. Oh, all right. Things are heating up now. Timofey and Lim Hung are both starting off.
Lim looking like he flipped up at 108. That's really good pace.
Good pace. That's good pace. That is about the same as Timon on his first solve. Remember, he got a 142 on that.
I don't see any pauses here.
This is incredible, right? His edge pairing is looking really, really good. Only needing to look around the cube just a handful of times.
He's on last 4 edges already.
Yeah, just from here, you can see that the cube is largely coming together. A big pause there. Can he clean up edge pairing and clean this solve up? That looks like some sort of parity.
That's the parity out. He's on 3x3 stage.
Yeah.
This is looking good for him.
It's going to be sub 145. Not quite. Whoa, what happened there?
Very upset again with that.
It looked like he was on extremely good pace, looking like he was going to get 145, 149 instead.
Did he mess up his PLL? It was a little difficult to see.
I don't know. I have no idea. We're going to need to look at some sort of replay, but too many good solvers. There's no real chance. Dongsu in your top right. Timofey here. Timofey has already posted 2 flat and 146. If he can repeat that 146, he'd be looking pretty good. In order to overtake Lim right now, who has a 150 mean of 2, he would need a 143. That's certainly not going to happen. He's still not now. Yeah, now he's on 3x3 stage. He's gonna end up with a sub 150 if he can clean this up.
Yeah, these guys are the two that we're taking a look at.
Yeah, 152 now.
Essentially going to lock that in for his average.
153. That is another Russian national record. An incredible solver is Timofey. But Dongsu is pacing a little bit better than that. It's a little hard to see exactly for his cube. He still has a lot of edges, but he's full. Actually,
he's flipped up at 108-ish.
Kiaran also in the top right. This is going to be a pretty off-pace solve for him.
He's going to be off the podium for certain.
He's not even going to get sub 2. Yeah, no sub 2 even for Kiaran. Unfortunate to see Dongsu now.
Looks like he's on Alg at 135, which means he's done with edges and he's going on a 3x3 stage. This is going to be a low 140 here.
Yeah, just finish it up, clean it up. 144, Dongsu Park putting his name into the hat. That's his best solve so far.
That's incredible.
149 mean, not good enough to beat Timon, but Dongsu has put his candidacy in. Now Lim needs something pretty decent. He has 150, 149, 147.85, as Keaton has pointed out to me. Thanks, Keaton.
Shout out.
He needs that in order to overtake Dongsu Park, who has cashed it in. Max on his second attempt now. 143, great start. This is the exact pace he needs. It's not the world record pace by any particular mean. Of course, the world record 139 mean. As he looks like, I only see 2 colors of centers, so he's wrapping up centers hopefully now. And fully into edge pairing.
At 52. That's not a bad time.
Yeah, not too bad.
Sunghyuk with a 149. We're seeing off stream. Oh, 2 fantastic solves, but that 208 to start, absolutely killer. He's off the podium.
No, 155. 2 seconds behind Timofey on mean. 208. If that 208 were even too flat, as I was mentioning earlier, he would actually be pretty close to Timofey. Not going to get it done. Max going through edge pairing. He is one of the best in the world. Actually, scratch that. He is the best in the world at edge pairing. Completely flawless, just flying through. Wrapping it up now.
He's doing his
some
parody
sort of
alg.
alg. So this is going to end up being like 142-ish or so, which will put Max on incredible pace to win this world championship. The first gold for Max might be waiting in the wings. He just needs to complete the third solve, something similar to that. To lose the first place rank, he would need to solve 158.95 or worse.
So he's got quite a cushion here. He can afford to lose 15 seconds off of the 2 times he's gotten so far, and he'll be able to make it into that gold.
All right, this is huge now. Lim Hung, 147.85. That is the number that we're taking a look at in order to get ahead of Dongsu Park, get on to the podium here at the World Championship. Lim Hung coming into this round as third. Can he finish it in third? Of course, he has a chance to beat Timon as well, but he would need 144-ish or better. Lim is turning extremely quickly here. Still making centers. I feel like I still see 3 colors of centers, so not quite ready to go to last 2 and flip. Wow, his turning is looking really fast. Red and green centers left. If he can wrap this up quickly, we might see something fantastic here. A huge roar from the audience. Not entirely sure what that was. We'll get you that update as it comes in.
Lim flipping up in a decent pace here.
113. I think he needs to come back just a little bit. Unfortunately, from this view, very hard to tell which stage he's on, how many edges he has left.
It looks like he's on last 4 edges at this point.
Oh, come on, Lim Hung.
He's got a parity alg to do at 136.
The cube is coming up. 5 seconds left. Can he close out this all 3x3 stage? He should get it. 145 for Lim Hung. He should slot himself into third place. Yes, indeed. 0.03 seconds behind Timon. That means a lockup here or there. 0.1 seconds away from a silver medal was Lim Hung, but he has locked himself into third place extremely likely as Max Park, the final solver of this 7x7 final, needs 158.95 or better to win, 201.5 to make sure he's on the podium. I mean, it's going to be no question. I have no idea how long it's been since Max has failed to get a sub 2 minute solve on 7x7, the event where he is the furthest ahead of the field. Any other world championship couple years ago, Max would have had 3 podiums by now, 3 golds by now. But instead, missing the podium entirely in 4x4 and 2 silvers in 5x5 and an OH. Max is going for his first gold here.
First 2 centers done. Looking at about 25 seconds here.
Yeah, quite good pace. Even if his centers are a little slow, 7x7 is long enough to where it is possible to come back, and what an incredible time to come back if edge pairing is what he needs. 3 colors left.
These last 4 centers are a little bit slower than his last solve. And he's got to lock up.
It looked like a little bit of a pop, but it's gotten fixed now. 2 centers left. He's going to finish up centers at around 60 seconds or so. 59 seconds by my count.
This is about 6 seconds slower than his last couple of solves going into edge pairing, but he still has plenty of a cushion here. He has a 15-second cushion in order to still win. Now we can see whether or not Max is able to complete that 4th edge. It did look like he was able to do that. No, he was not on the
here's last
layer.
4.
So he's on last 4 at 125.
Timon standing up, trying to figure out if he's going to get gold or silver.
I mean, this is Max is already on through stage at 134. This could be sub 140 or just above it.
Yeah, it's going to be just above. I think it's going to be a triple for Max Park. Actually, just a little bit better than triple. 143 mean for
Goes for
him.
some insane edges for Max. Able to bring it back. Incredibly consistent. Different stages of the solves were faster, but the result is still the same.
Exactly. An amazing observation by Keaton Ellis. In the second solve, he finished centers around 55, I want to say. This one, it was close to 59. 4 seconds were saved between edge pairing and 3x3. Just fantastic stuff. It was always going to be this way. But Timon and Lim Hung will share the glory with Max Park. I believe Alyssa is with Lim right now. Alyssa, let's go to Lim.
Congratulations to Max Park, who is your 7x7 world champion. I am here with our third place finisher, Lim Hung from Malaysia. Lim, how are you feeling?
Livid, honestly. I don't know what to feel right now. There's a lot of emotions right now.
Walk us through those 3 solves. What did you feel like you had to do in order to get a podium finish here at World Championship?
Honestly, during those 2 solves, I felt like those 2 solves were quite bad, and I thought that I didn't have a chance. So I just felt like I should go all out for the last solve. And I still got an okay time, but in the end, people were cheering, so the emotion went from disappointed immediately to happy.
You never know what's happening around you, and in this case, the solves you put down were good enough for the World Championship podium. Give us some shout-outs or thank yous to people back home.
I would like to thank my mom for bringing me here. I also like to thank my friends for watching. I told them to watch. Thanks for supporting me, and all my teachers that are letting me skip school just to come to Worlds.
Lim, congratulations. Once again, Lim Hung, 3rd place. Timon Koloshinsky is in our 2nd position, and our world champion for 7x7 is Max Park.